How's it going out there, YouTube? This is Mark. I want to do a real quick video on some problems I'm having with some of my Sena devices. I put out a couple of videos in the past about the Sena FreeWire for the Honda Goldwing and also the Sena 20S Evo and how it pairs to the FreeWire. And so just a brief review of that video. The Sena FreeWire, which is this device right here, this is a red one for my Goldwing, is a Bluetooth transmitter. So what it does is it takes everything that's coming out of the Honda Goldwing entertainment center via a cord, and that cord is plugged into the helmet receptacle on the bike, which has a USB micro connector on the other side that plugs into the FreeWire. Everything that comes out of the bike goes into the FreeWire, is converted into a Bluetooth signal and sent out to my Sena 30K. And you're supposed to be able to do everything you could do in a corded situation. So just this right here is a cord that is typically used on a motorcycle. This particular cord is a 7-pin cord, and this is for a Harley-Davidson motorcycle. I used to have a Harley with the 7-pin system, and now I have a Honda Goldwing, which is for which has a 5-pin DIN connector. So I wanted to be free of the cord, so I wouldn't have any cord going from my helmet to the bike. Thus, I bought the FreeWire, and initially I bought the Sena 20S. So let me show you something here real quick. The Sena FreeWire was, I believe, initially designed to work in conjunction with the Sena 20S, and it works flawlessly. If you use the Sena 20S and you pair it to the Sena FreeWire as a phone pairing, in other words, a first phone pairing, the thing works perfect. I can hear my music, I can make phone calls, I can get GPS turn-by-turn directions from my navigation system on the bike. I can have a Bluetooth conversation with my passenger or up to 8 riders. And so I thought this thing was their flagship headset, and then they came out with this, the Sena 30K. And the Sena 30K does everything that a Sena 20S does and more, supposedly. The 30K is a dual processor headset. So what that means is that it has a Bluetooth intercom mode, but you can also do a mesh intercom mode. And what a mesh intercom mode does is it allows you to talk with in a public mesh mode an unlimited number of bikes or other 30K users. If you have a private mesh mode, you can have up to 16 headsets paired to one another, and in a guest mode you can have an unlimited number of people listening to the conversation but not being able to participate in the conversation. So the problem that we've been having, me with my 2017 Goldwing and my brother-in-law with his 2016 Harley-Davidson CVO Road Glide Ultra, is that as soon as we pair the 30K to the FreeWire, and his is an orange one, so the only difference between the FreeWires is the red one is for Honda Goldwings, the orange one is for Harley-Davidsons. So as soon as we pair our headsets to our FreeWires, which are connected to our bikes, everything goes haywire. Bluetooth intercom mode lasts for about 20 seconds. It drops off and you can't reestablish it. You have to completely power down everything and start all over again. The mesh Communications is very bad. You can't receive a phone call, according to Sena, while you're in a mesh conversation. You have to actually exit out of the mesh conversation to answer a phone call and then come back into the mesh when you're done. And everyone that I have talked to at Sena, that I have chatted with at Sena, that I have received emails with back and forth with Sena, says that the 30K, this one right here, is compatible with the FreeWire, just like the 20S is. Well, I am here to tell you that it is not working. I've been on chats, emails, phone calls with several different Sena representatives trying to get this fixed, and their canned answer for everything seems to be to power down the unit and restart it. If that doesn't work, do a factory reset. If that doesn't work, do a fault reset. If that doesn't work, try a different pairing sequence. So in other words, try pairing your FreeWire as a second phone rather than a first phone. And it just, I've run out of every option that I can think of that I can fix this thing. And it's not just on my units. We bought these 30Ks because the type of riding that I did changed, where I am now riding with a larger group of people. We ride with 25 or 30 people at a time. We have 4 or 5 groups up there, so we bought a whole bunch of these so that our group leader and our sweep or tail gun rider can communicate with each other. And when you read all of the documentation and the advertisement about the 30K and everything that it can do, it's just falling very, very short of its expectations, or the expectations I had of how the device would work. I started purchasing Sena products probably over 3 years ago. One of the first units I bought was the SMH10. I loved it. It worked great, 3.1 Bluetooth technology. And but then the 20S came out. It was a better unit, so we decided to upgrade. Bought the FreeWires to work alongside the 20Ss, and couldn't be more happy with the way the 20S Evo and even the old 20S works with the FreeWire. Man, I'll tell you, this 30K is just, it's a course in insanity, and anybody who knows what the definition of insanity is it's trying to do the same thing over and over again, hoping for a different result, and we are just not getting there. And I'm really hoping that someone from Sena is watching this video, so that they will reach out to me and try to get me in touch with a human body, an engineer, someone who designed the software of this thing. Because I know the good thing about Sena products, and I'll continue to buy them, is that they can do firmware updates. They can fix these things, but it just seems like they're dragging their feet. Not enough people are complaining. And maybe there's not a whole lot of people that are using the system the way I'm using it. Maybe there's not a lot of people using a FreeWire on their Goldwing, and all they're doing is helmet-to-helmet or bike-to-bike communication. But, the thing is Sena sells these things. They sell it as a device that will allow me to be free from the cord, and it's not working. I don't know what else to do. If anybody out there is having the same issues, I'd appreciate any kind of comments. I encourage you to either go on chat line with Sena or send an email and open up a help ticket. I've tried everything. I feel pretty confident that I know how to do all of these different fixes that I can do, but I just find it impossible to believe that we bought 14 of these 30Ks, and I find it impossible to believe that all 14 of them, 7 dual packs, all 14 of them are defective. That's just impossible. So there has to be a way to get these things to function the way they're supposed to function. And here's what I want, okay? I want to plug my FreeWire into my bike. I want everything to come out of my bike into my FreeWire. I want it to become a Bluetooth signal, and I want it to go to my 30K. I want to also be able to carry on a conversation in a Bluetooth intercom mode if I want, where I can pair up to other 30K headsets in a Bluetooth environment. But I also want the option of being able to be in a mesh environment as well. And it's just not happening. So I don't know if any Sena representative, I'm not knocking Sena products. I love these things, and I'm thinking that these things probably, it's just either a firmware update or there's something that is not being made clear to us in the user's guide. So I am hoping that someone from Sena is watching this video and that they will either give us a phone number so that we can reach a human body that knows what they're talking about. Because everybody that we've talked to, it seems like they have a scripted canned answer or a canned response for our problem. And then the next step is, if it doesn't work, submit a request for an RMA ticket, and they're going to send us a box or a shipping label so we can ship it back and get a new device. I don't want that. I want the thing to work. We paid a lot of money for these things. It's advertised as doing something that it is not doing right now. And I'd like to speak with someone from Sena that will listen to us and try to replicate the problems that we're having. Because as soon as they do what we're doing, they're going to see exactly what the problem is, and a fix is only that far away. It's just a firmware update. Or perhaps maybe it can't do what they said it can do. In any way, they need to know, and we need answers, because I'm not happy. And so if you have any questions, feel free to drop me a line. If you're experiencing the same thing, drop me a message. Maybe we can, put our minds together and try to see if we can resolve this. But, again, not knocking Sena products. I love these things. I won't buy anything else but Sena products. But I want the 30K to be fixed before they get ready to roll out a 40K. And another thing that I notice is I have the Sena remote control for my handlebar. The remote control is not compatible completely with the 30K. It'll only raise the volume, move music around, allow me to initiate a phone call, but it does not do anything with the mesh buttons. It doesn't allow us to do initiate a mesh conversation or a mesh intercom conversation. And so one of the people I talked to at Sena said that that's in the works. They're looking at developing a remote control that would be compatible with the FreeWire. I'm hoping that Sena isn't going to say, well, we need to design a FreeWire that's compatible with the 30K, because if you do that, then everything you've been telling us about this being compatible with the 30K has not been accurate. And so I would be delighted to hear any comments anybody would have regarding this, and thanks for allowing me to rant. So have a good night. Bye.